At least I don't use them in the way other people do. I don't believe in risk-reward ratios, mainly because I can't figure them out. So I don't trade that way. I trade what is in conjunction with what I am. I am antsy. I don't see straight. I'm impatient. If I were in school today, they would have me on Ritalin. I don't believe in indicators. I tried them all. I reverse engineered them to see what they would actually do, and then picked the few that work only in very special situations. I can trade for years without ever using an indicator. I know how to use them. I fully understand them, but I'm too lazy to bother with them. So I learned how to trade being a complete maverick. If I can do it, you can do it. Just start being yourself, but make it work for you. An extension of what I've been saying points toward trading with your intuition. Maybe that's another book I should write. I'll call it Trading with Your Gut. I believe to whatever extent you can develop an intuitive style of trading, the better off you will be. Not everyone has a strong sense of intuition, but supposedly women generally have it more than men. There's something every person, it's in every person, that warns us of danger. It's one of those things that is hard to define. As we go through life, we have many experiences, great and small. Some are from real events, and some come vicariously from things we have observed. We readily recall the great experiences, good or bad, but we tend to forget the small experiences, especially those that are bad ones. Nevertheless, your brain stores them all. Often it does not have a specific memory file in which to put the experiences, so it dumps them into any one of a number of miscellaneous files. However, when you're in danger, it begins to pull those memories from storage. And although you don't know why, you feel in danger. Something is wrong. That feeling is intuition. I believe that with some effort, the sense of intuition can be developed. A person simply has to capture the feelings and act upon the thoughts. What is it that tells you that somehow this trade or this investment just isn't right? What is it that tells you you really should be getting out now? Your brain is pulling together a bunch of small experiences that say, I've been here before. I've seen this before. If you ignore these feelings, you're suppressing intuition. But if you act on them, intuition grows stronger. It makes it difficult to follow a mechanical system or trade with a set of rules that are not of your own making. If we're going to follow rules, and we should have some, they must be made in conjunction with who we are. If we're undisciplined, we make rules that fit with our undisciplined zone of comfort. Much has been written about trading in the zone. It's true that where we should be when we trade, that's where we should be. If not, trading becomes a bad experience. Years ago, I created something called the Life Index. It helped me to become everything most books on discipline are about. Since I received my initial training in chart reading 56 years ago, I decided to chart my life. I broke my life into categories: trading life, relational life, financial life, physical life, emotional life, and spiritual life. I kept score in each category and charted each category. That gave me a picture of what was happening in my life. I took a weekly total of each category and made a composite chart of my life. I noticed that whenever my life was steady, in a tight trading range, I was a winning trader. But if the chart of my life began to trend down, I immediately stopped trading and went back to the original categories to see which of them might be in a downtrend. It could be one or more. For example, if I had an argument with my wife, my relational life would suffer. If I didn't patch things up, it would eventually affect my trading life. If I was sick, it affected my trading, which in turn affected my financial life. Along with the life index, I began to chart my equity. This was my financial report. You might say a financial report card. If my life index was steady, then my equity should be rising. If not, then something other than my life was at fault. It could be one of two things. I had changed and was no longer doing what I was doing when I was winning, or the markets had changed and I had not adapted to the change. The life index and the equity evaluator have been programmed and are available if you want to use them. You can find them on our website. The point is that discipline is a relative thing. It's not the same for everyone. You might say that you can become a disciplined, undisciplined trader. I don't know anyone who is disciplined in every area of their life. We all have our areas of weakness to the extent that we can make those areas profitable for us. And to that extent, we are profitable traders. We're winners. There's an old saying that goes something like this. Them that can does. Them that can't teaches. At UCLA, where I went to university, I had a couple of brilliant teachers who were failures in business. But they took their failing and turned it into money by becoming renowned and famous in their field, by writing what they knew, even though they were not able to practice what they knew. Many brokers are failed traders, but their love of markets is sufficient to help them find an area of the markets where they can succeed. Some traders have little discipline trading their own money, but they're tremendously disciplined trading the money of others. Summing it all up, be yourself and make it work for you. Where your lack of self-discipline hurts you, find a way to work around it. There's a lot to think about, so please start thinking. And God willing, I'll see you next week.